How'd you get that name?
Isidore Bird called me Hen Boogie one day. He said that he was going to call me Hen Boogie and everyone's going to call me Hen Boogie from now on. And it stuck, and I can't get away from it.
What is the most you paid for a record?
I paid $50, which I know it's kind of one of those things where we try to get the craziest record for the least amount of money. But I had to have this. It was Sun Ra Nuclear War, and it was a 12-inch. I mean, yeah, you know, you can get the album, and that's cool, but, you know, I got the 12-inch, and I paid $50 for it. And then when I got the record, this was inside of it. It was like some picture of like a nuclear holocaust. It was taken out of National Geographic from 1986. And even got some highlights in there too. So I was like, maybe Sun Ra put this in here. I don't know, maybe. You Ain't Got No Beats. It started when I was in a group called the Derelicts. There was a show that we did with the Beatnuts and Biz Markie, and our manager at the time, Rock B, big up to Rock B wherever he's at, he introduced me to Biz Markie and was like, hey, Biz, check out my man Hen. He got beats. And Biz turned around and was like, you ain't got no beats. So for 2 hours, I was listening to this man read me about records. And I knew he was funky, saying to me things like, oh, you ain't got Huckle Juck and the Suckle Jucks? Nah, man, I ain't even heard of that. Oh, you ain't got no beats. And the Beatnuts, Juju and Les, they were sitting right here, and the whole time they were sitting there going, you're gonna be here for a while, dude, you ain't never gonna give up. And so what it did was it made me think, man, after I was embarrassed and my nose cleared, I was like, I gotta get on my beat game, man, because if I don't get this right, he's gonna get me again. So I just started getting more and more records and bit up on my game. I was like, yeah, okay, I can't wait to see you, dude. I'm gonna tell you who ain't got no beats next. Well, it started actually on Instagram. A man, Scourge, from Tennessee. I told him the story about what happened with me and Biz, and he couldn't stop laughing. He thought it was like some Dave Chappelle, you know, Rick James type of skit, you know. And I'm like, no, dude, this is really a true story. And he put up a record on Instagram, and he hashtagged it, you ain't got no beats. And I was like, I started laughing, but then I was like, wait a minute. First thing I did was I went back into my room and I was like, oh, I ain't got no beats. Click, chick, you ain't got no beats. So I hashtagged it, and we went back and forth for about 30 records. Just, you ain't got no beats. No, you ain't got no beats. And just, it was comedy. And other people started seeing what we were doing. And my man D Styles, one day he did it to me, and I was like, oh, so you want to play You Ain't Got No Beats? You know what I'm saying? And it got so that people thought we were actually going and battling with each other. And what happened was other people started getting into it, and that's where it kind of took off from there. So there are rules to You Ain't Got No Beats. See, now you can easily just take a picture off the internet and put it up there and say, yeah, I got this record. But the rule is, A, you gotta have the record. B, if you take a picture of a record, it's probably best to hold the record with your fingers in the record, you know, and then tag it up. You ain't got no beats. And let us all be the judge.
Are you surprised by the response?
Yes and no. I'm surprised that people got so much into it. Actually, I'm not surprised because, you know, I was offended at one point when somebody said you ain't got no beats. And, you know, I guess what surprised me most, I hit up Pete Rock one time on Twitter. And I said, hey, Pete, you should play You Ain't Got No Beats. And Pete cussed me out, like literally cussed me out up and down, talked about my mama, cussed me out. Like, You know what I'm saying? I was like, golly, dude. My wife was heated at him. You know, it was that kind of roasting. I mean, me and Pete, you're cool. We're cool now, right? But at the time, I was like, man, okay. First, I was kind of offended, but then I was like, well, he understood it. He understood the whole concept, and he got offended. So that was cool. So that's when I knew it was going someplace. My name is DJ Hen Boogie, and you ain't got no